I've been called lots of stuff. Yeah, I've done a lot of deed. I've had it rough and tough. You know I've smoked a lot of weed. Fellow, don't you know? Well, I've learned a thing or two, like when and where I should go to, what I should or shouldn't do. I've been left alone, no company, but that's alright with me, 'cause I'm big and ugly. I'm big and ugly. I'd like to let it grow, you know I'm talking about my beard. I'll have you all know that I know sometimes it might look weird, but I got a friend upstairs whom I'll keep confiding in. I know he's there 'cause when I knock he always lets me in. Brings me peace with what it is and what is not for me. To accept what I see, they're looking back at me as big and ugly. Big and ugly. I could have been small and cute and play a flute like a dream, or sing like an angel, maybe play ukulele. But I got to work with my hands and keep dragging it along, banging on that old guitar. Sometimes I'll write a song. I lose a few friends, so it seems I got no enemies. 'Cause what you get is what you see, that's how it is with me, 'cause I'm big and ugly. I'm big and ugly. Big and ugly.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Big Uglies. I'm your host Josh Denny. With me as always is Garth.
What?
What's up, buddy?
What?
What a long day. I have been up for about 18 hours. I woke up early this morning, flew home from Pittsburgh. We had a show there last night. As much as we love touring and seeing fans and everything, like one of these days, one of these fucking shows will go off without a hitch. We had, everything was sort of lined up. We had a new venue. We kept the venue secret until the day of the show, like we usually do. Our new ticketing is working really well. I figured out how to be able to email people through the new ticketing platform, which is great. Location details, all that stuff. It's actually even smoother than the way we used to do it on Eventbrite. But it's not an America Strikes Back, Censored TV, Compound Media, Josh Denny, Knob Hill Productions show. If something doesn't
That's a lot of mouthful.
If something doesn't go off with a hitch, and that was yesterday, all of the flights in New York being grounded, and so Gavin did not make the show last night, which was a bummer. So Anthony and I, like the Blues Brothers, carried a two-man ensemble, and I hope people were happy with the show, and I hope we delivered on it. We seemed to have a lot of fun with the fans and hung with them afterwards, and they seemed to have a really good time. So we had a handful of homosexuals protesting in front of the building, which I thought was funny, Carl. They stood out, but like we were at a VFW hall and they stood at the entrance of the parking lot, like off of the road, which is kind of like a rural highway. And they were holding signs that was like Nazi rally this way. And I was like, well, now if actual Nazis drive by, they're going to be like, oh shit, we didn't know we had a thing here tonight. You know what I mean? It's like, you're bringing Nazis. You're inviting them.
They don't even realize the irony that they possess.
So it was
protest signs hilarious.
Yeah, the protest signs are pretty pathetic, by the way. And by the way, like
they're never right. Like they're never good.
No.
Do you remember when Trump was running in 2016 against Hillary? And remember Hillary people's signs that their like slogan that they thought was an own, it was like a cell phone. It was love Trump's hate.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and it's like, yeah,
it literally reads as we love Trump's hate.
Yeah, I love it too, man. It's so funny.
And you guys got what you did there.
You know, I was in Pittsburgh for like 48 hours or maybe a little bit longer than that. It was a real quick turn and burn with these two smaller market shows. Not really hanging out any extra days or doing any other stuff, just getting in, doing the show and leaving. And but I got to say, I noticed the minute I landed in Pittsburgh, I was like, oh, you guys just got the trans here. You know, like I remember when I grew up in Philly and I moved to Minnesota and the kids in high school were wearing shit we all wore in 7th and 8th grade. And I was like, it's like
these fags.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you guys
posers.
You guys just got Vans here in 11th grade. I was wearing Vans in 7th grade, you fucking dorks. Well, that's what's happening with trans people in Pittsburgh. Like, that's like, so in my hotel, there was like a homeless trans just camped out in the lobby the entire time I was there. And I was like, and this is how you know you're becoming an old man, because I was standing there for 15 minutes and I'm like, so what's this fucking guy's deal? Like, he lives here. What are we doing? He's in pajamas. It's a man with green hair and his nails are done. Ugh. And by the way, I already didn't like long fingernails on women. And now that faggots are getting them, I extra don't like them on women. You know, I see a woman with her nails done up and I'm like, you know, faggots do that. What are you doing?
I like it done up now.
Yeah, well, what did I say?
I don't like too much now.
Yeah, no, this guy had like he had like Beyonce nails or some shit, like Cardi B nails. It was disgusting. I guess if you're just
on a guy,
I guess if you're just
on a guy, like
on a guy, he looked like me.
Was he Puerto Rican?
No, he was white. They don't have others there.
Just yinses.
Yeah, trans yinses. The yins gendered, which is going to be the name of this episode. Yins
gendered.
Yeah, yins gendered. Oh my god,
that's what they are, right? It's either Pamanis or
the yins gendered.
He's one of them yins gendered. The guy that like Pamani Bros.
Yeah,
yins ass.
Yeah, so but overall it's pretty fun. Is a pretty fun little night. And hey, we had a shout out from a fan at the show I told you about, which was cool. It was like, oh cool, we have fans of the show. He's asking us about quarterbacks and which ones we thought had their dick sucked by two chicks at the same time, meaning is obviously a marquee for success.
Well, that's just obviously, it's deep cuts and somebody who actually listens to our show.
And it was funny too because there was a bunch of other people standing around, and so I had to explain to the rest of the group what the kid was referencing. And then his girlfriend goes, oh yeah, have you had your dick sucked by two chicks at the same time? I said, do I look like I could throw a football?
No, but even if you block for people who throw footballs, you can.
You can get it and suck by two chicks at the same time. Yeah, there weren't a lot. There aren't a lot of chicks trying to suck hockey dicks when I was in high school. I picked the wrong sport.
Hockey dicks.
Yeah, nobody's sucking hockey.
You score goals in hockey and look like Abercrombie.
Yeah, but when you're a keeper, nobody's trying to.
Dude, you know what's
nobody's
crazy?
Sucking the Dominator's dick.
You know what's crazy? Hockey is the only sport, I think, maybe baseball, where all the movie like things where it's just like, and they raped the girl, and right? And you're like, hockey, and you're like, why would the best looking dude in the school rape a chick?
Yeah,
and they're like hockey players. That's like the only one. Like, this is why they didn't have. That's why Hockey Canada paid like 4 different times.
Yeah, they pay. They keep paying out.
It's like, well, you're a really handsome looking guy. You are the best player at the World Juniors. What are you gonna do with this time? It's like
it's funny.
So we can like rape girls now, right?
We didn't have this. What? We did not have this queued up to talk about. But I'm glad you brought it up because I don't know if you know that the case happened and it was a mistrial. Did you see what happened?
How was there no press about this?
Well, because it's not what people wanted. But basically,
my guy, we need press about this.
Basically, dude, it comes out that it was like a gangbang, and what you don't want to. Here's the thing: it's like I'm an innocent.
Girl regretted the gangbang.
Yeah, it's like I'm an innocent. My hair's all throwing out like fucking Jew style from just getting out.
How you went with like the mom from Bobby's World.
Yeah, just like yeah, it ain't fix it. It's in that weird growth stage where it's just gonna fro if I don't put product in it. So anyway,
you're putting a product.
Putting a product.
Don't put a product.
But basically, here's what you don't ever want to do. Like, you don't ever want to be in a gangbang situation and be like, Your Honor, she wanted to do it with all 5 of us at the same time. Like, it's just never gonna. That's never gonna sell well.
No, but I'll tell you what. These kids all. It kind of dawned on me the other day. I was like, man, my friends could never be in this fucking era with Snapchat and all this.
Oh my God.
Crazy. Dude, we passed.
How many trains did you guys run?
I didn't do that. You played. I wasn't a.
That's apparently an exclusively black and an exclusively Canadian thing.
Yeah.
Well, apparently us white Americans were like, I've never. This goes back to what we said like 2 weeks ago about the Bonnie Blue and the whatever the other girl's name is, that they collabed on a video and the behind the scenes to just like 100 nogs waiting in line to fuck these two.
There's a lot of white dudes though.
Yeah, but how many were black? What's the percentage split?
Probably 13%.
No, this was in the UK. It was more like 58,000. Anyway, I would never wait in line behind other men to fuck a chick. Like, not in any circumstance ever. Not if there were gold bars in her pussy. So,
hey, not to be on some philosophical shit, but we're all waiting in line to fuck some chick.
Okay, well, speak for yourself there, fucking Superman. I'm retired from saving these hoes. I'm out.
Oh, that's a Captain
Okay, this is pretty
reference?
funny. But that's funny. Primo says Josh would be first in line. I get it. That is a good point. Yeah, I'd probably be first in line. That I like to get
just
there.
So you can say I fucked before all those 100 guys.
Yeah. Everybody. You're
that's fucking gay.
Me.
That's fucking.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't show. I don't. First of all, if Carl could tell you this, I won't wait in line for anything, even my favorite sandwich.
If I go for groceries,
no, I don't go. I don't go to the grocery store. I don't wait in line for a concert ticket. I don't do shit. There's a line. Fuck you. This was a major point of contention in my 12-year relationship because this bitch is some kind of hype beast and would be like, they're releasing a new shoe in Spooktown. And you want to go down to Fairfax and stand behind a bunch of fucking Puerto Ricans and wait for a sneaker that they're sold out of already before the doors. No, I don't want to do any of that. I don't want to do it
at all.
Ever.
I've grown to know this about
they could be like Florence Pugh's down on fucking Melrose blowing people. Do you want to go? And by the way, I got a front of the line pass for you. No thanks. I'm Barbenheimered out. I'm good.
You know, I'm not saying it's depression at all. I'm just throwing, this is a fact. The only way to get over depression is to leave the house when you don't feel like it.
Uh-huh.
Like, that's like, as far as like a mood or any of that goes. So like waiting in line when you don't want to is just something.
I'll pitch this to you another way. The only thing that's kept me from having a massive coronary is not leaving the house. Okay? If I went out and did all these excursions like you and your broad friends, and I got into these altercations that you find yourself in all the time, all right, I'd be raging the fuck out.
Yeah, but they're called adventures.
No, they're not called adventures. They're called galventures. And it's stupid shit that bitches want to do. You want to go to a fucking pancake house for a brown shot? It's like, no, I don't know. No. I like the company of people. I don't like activities. I don't like I'll go to a place with you, but I don't want to do an activity. What do you do? What are you gonna go? What did you say earlier? Hey, I was talking about I'm supposed to take this chick to dinner, and you go, hey, you could go to a thing and you could walk around. I go, what?
Oh, no. I said, isn't down there those night markets that have, and you can walk around and get different foods, and you go, you can get food and do a walk and talk, and you were like,
what?
And I was like, different foods.
Yeah,
you were like, what? The first thing you said, I go, different foods.
That'll really grease her fucking gears, is watching me huff and puff between funnel cakes.
Is that what you're anticipating? It's like, oh, great, we're going over here.
The other funnel cake's uphill. Well, tell me about what you do for work. Yeah, you know how you try to try to breathe so they don't see that you're out of breath. Yeah, I need her to see how I fuck before we fuck. That's what I need to do. I need to let her test drive my cardio before she has to suck me. That's a great idea for any activity, right? This is why I don't go.
A walk and talk is a huff and puff for you. It's so funny. If you're ever a guest actor on Law and Order, they're like, all right, we're going to do this walk and talk scene where you're walking with the lawyer, you do this. They go, I believe they're called huff and puff scenes. I got it from here, director.
We used to do walk and talks when we did the Food Network show, and believe it or not, I was in much better shape back then.
Who knew that walking to eat a sandwich made you in better shape?
Not in front of some bit. I ain't doing that. No. I ain't trying to. What is this, the combine, nigga? I ain't fucking going.
So you've come to terms with the fact that you're spitefully fat.
Yeah, and I am in my spiteful fat phase. Yes, there's
no, not phase. I mean, like, you're fat spitefully.
Yeah,
it's like somebody told you, like, you wouldn't be gaining any weight if you didn't do this. Like, fuck that guy. I'll go gain more weight.
No, first of all, it's not a fuck that guy. It's women. And yeah, I am very much spitefully fat at the moment of like, yeah, if you listen.
Oh, dude, I remember we were in a green room one time and somebody was specifically saying things like that. And it was a guy, and I could tell your face was getting like, dude, I'll fucking eat a fucking rack of ribs right now. Or like, I'll get a fried fucking catfish.
Hold on, though.
I'm going to order something fat
to
shut you up.
Let's give the full context, right? Like, we're in a green room with a bunch of comics, and this is the thing. Our friend Priya was around, and Priya is a very pretty chick. And what happens when Priya comes around a bunch of incel fucking comedians is that they all talk to chicks. They don't know how to talk to chicks. They all start trying to establish
and flex and
their masculinity, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so this one dude who is a trainer and a comic is like, Yo, dude, I'll
It's
tell you
all about ketones. It's
dude,
all
I'll
about
tell you what you need to do, bro. I'll tell you. First of all, nobody asked you. I didn't come in the green room and go, "Hey, does anybody know how?
There you go.
Does anybody know why I'm fat? Because I can't figure it out for the life of me." And is it would possibly any of you have any suggestions as to what the
So
fuck
you-
I can do about
Yeah,
this
this
situation?
is because it's just unsolicited talking.
Yeah,
at
so
this
I'm
point.
sitting back here. I was enjoying being a fat fuck until somebody. It's like when
They
the
brought
fuck
you down to
did you
reality. It was just like,
intervention? Yeah, I was like, I thought we were all friends here. It turns out, what is this? Some kind of fucking intervention?
yeah, we told this story before on the show for new listeners or those we told a long time ago. Josh and I went to the Hat one time,
Oh yeah.
and when we were at the Hat ordering pastrami sandwiches, which we enjoy, we're eating them.
Hot pastrami's, by the way.
Hot
These are pastrami dips.
you know?
Yeah.
And we're eating these pastrami sandwiches, and they're about $12.95 or something like that, or $13.95 at the time. I think.
No, they were they were $12. It was $11.95.
Yeah, but like after
I think they've
tax,
since
it's
gone up to like
$13.
13 or something now.
Yeah.
But
So this guy, who's definitely like 50s, maybe 60, definitely like East Coast vibes, says to us that he's like, boy, $12.50, that's high for these sandwiches.
yeah, he's $12.50 for a sandwich. Can you believe it?
Yeah, and Josh says, I don't know, I think they're pretty good.
By the way, hold on a second. It's not that we're the only three people in the restaurant. This is a full restaurant. You and I happen to be sitting.
Just decided
just was like, these are my friends now, and I'm going to complain to them.
This guy just decided to complain to us. But he did say $12.50 for a sandwich. He goes, man, they're not even that good. Or something to that effect. And Josh responds with, like, you responded to him, you said, I don't know, I think they're pretty good. And he gave you a look, right? And like looked you up and down. He goes, yeah, but you're pre-diabetic. Which to your credit, you, without missing a beat, you just fired right back and said, wait, aren't we all pre-diabetic? Everybody's pre-diabetic.
Said, is it everybody?
Which is witty and hilarious in itself. But the fact that this guy just straight up looked at you and said, you're fucking pre-diabetic.
Fucking pre-diabetic.
We can never forget it. It's always a running
we say to each other anytime one of us says something fat. I go,
pre-diabetic
because you're a fucking pre-diabetic. So I'm sitting in this green room just enjoying being fat, and this guy launches into like, I'll tell you what you need to do. And here's what bothers me is when people pretend.
But it's definitely that he gave you the same look as that guy.
Yes.
And instead of going, yeah, but you're a fucking pre-diabetic because of the cost of the sandwich, and he felt he had conflict with you. This was sort of an unsolicited, just instead of roasting you in a green room, he's just like, it was, I'd rather him be like, Jesus Christ, you let yourself go, you fat fuck.
Yes.
I'd rather have that, him do that, because then it was like, oh, he's busting Josh's balls.
That would have been fine.
Then him going, hey man, in his mind, he's going like, I've noticed you've gotten fat as shit. I'm going to tell you how you cannot do that anymore.
No,
and you're just like,
no, it wasn't even that. Like that, the way you just said that sounds like a supportive friend. He goes, dude, it's so.
No, I just mean the mindset.
He just goes, dude, it's so easy. I'll tell you what you got to do. All you got to do is this, and I go, oh, is that it? Like I've never heard a podcast about health and fitness in my entire fucking life. I didn't play sports in high school. What are we talking about? Oh, wow. Teach me more, sage one. And he's like, yeah. But literally he's like, yeah, all you do is, you spend X amount of time in the gym every day. You cut your macros and your food down to this. And I go, oh, let me understand this. Is this how you get to, oh no, where did you go?
I'm here.
I just go, oh, is this how you, and this is the other thing I really wish in hindsight I would have said this. I would have been like, yeah, I probably could. I'm just going to say, yeah, Joe, I probably could have done this if I too had a wife that worked and I could be like a stay-at-home dad and have a bullshit job and just be an open micer for fun. Now, I know a lot of the people on the internet think that was my life for 12 years, but lo and behold, somehow I still live in the place that somebody else was supposedly paying for, and they had to find a new place to live. I don't understand. She must have been so good that she gifted me the apartment that she paid for all these years. So yeah, I guess my point was like, I was like, look, buddy, you know, I run a business. I'm trying to do comedy full time. When I'm not doing comedy full time, I'm doing other jobs to make money because I pay all the bills because I don't have a wife that works so that I don't have to. So when you sit here and you go, oh, it's fucking easy. It's so easy. And it's like, oh, is it so easy? Huh?
Yeah, he did have a wife with a really good job.
Yes. Yeah, you just got done telling us. Like, yeah, I wouldn't be able to do all this comedy whenever the fuck I wanted if I didn't have a breadwinner of a broad at home. Oh, okay. Is it that easy? What do? I lay off the carbs and get a better wife and don't have to work? Okay, cool. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, just dedicate all my time and attention to my health. That'd be fun. Who's going to pay my rent? Oh, I got to get a wife to do. Okay, so I get a wife to pay my rent. And then I can fucking just dick around, you know, in the gym as a personal trainer a few hours a day and then do open mics at night. And okay, I'll do that. Sounds good. But give me the whole plan. Don't talk to me like we live the same life and I don't run a company while you are a stay-at-home dad.
With no kids.
Right? Like,
no kids, stay-at-home dad.
So it's like, you know, that's the kind of shit that, and this is why I don't do activities, because when you go out and do an activity, people perceive your interest in the said activity as that you intend to be social with new people. I don't.
Yeah, I just don't think about other people. They're like what their thoughts of intentions are about me doing an activity or not.
Yeah, here we go. Good comment. Condescending lectures would probably make me want to be spitefully fat too. Absolutely. Well, this goes.
Dude, he's definitely spitefully fat. It's not even.
This goes back. Remember the first date I went on after I was single again, and the girl was like, "Oh, how's your fitness journey?" And I go, "I'm still fucking fat." No, by the way, never replied to that text. Never. She never replied to text. Because she's not dumb. You overstepped, you little stupid cunt. You overstepped. I'll do it on my time. You don't fucking tell me when to lose weight. You think I'm going to lose weight to fuck you? Who are you?
This is such a fucking funny trigger. Like, just knowing that and analyzing that it's definitely spite fat.
Yes,
makes it funnier.
Yes, I don't know why. I don't understand why this is something.
I didn't know that. Well, just because you're shaped jolly fat. You're jolly fat shaped.
No, yeah, but I am a rage fat.
Yeah, you're
a man.
You're full of spite fat.
Spite fat. Yeah, that's spite fat. Yeah. Some woman wants to fucking suck me. She's gonna have to dig.
Yeah, like she's gotta earn it. I'm gonna get so fat, so she's gonna have to earn it.
You better have.
Why don't you just get fit for you? And
you better
like, what am I, a woman?
Yeah, you better have Popeye forearms to hold the mound of fat down around my cock if you want to get to it. Okay.
Oh my god, that's fat and disgusting.
That's what you're gonna need to do. and anybody who's not willing to do that just ain't in it for the love of the game. You're too visual a person. Why are you picturing yourself holding it down?
Can I honestly tell you what was the most disgusted at?
In general, or from this specific conversation?
This specific one.
Go ahead.
It's too long of a show. Popeye forearms, dude. That was a fucking, like, I don't like chicks with like arms like that. So it's like, you know, you're gonna need a bitch with fucking Popeye forearms. I was like, oh my god, and you're gonna have some bitch on the lawn fucking doing Bruce Lee kung fu shit. Get back in here and watch these dang kids. God damn it. You're just so grossed out. Just pictured a chick be like, ha, 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 ha. No way, dude. Also, she'd be too strong for your little meat.
I don't mind strong ones. I don't mind a strong bitch.
Why?
I don't mind her. I don't. Yeah, I would fuck like one of them athlete, like what, a fighter bitch, like a Ronda Rousey. Oh yeah.
No.
Oh yeah, Valentina Shevchenko. She was like, "I will take your penis." I'll be like, "You do whatever you want."
That's so cucky.
No, it's not. How is it cucky?
It's worse. It's more emasculating.
Hold on. You think it's worse to have like a strong woman fuck you than it is to watch a man fuck your wife?
To have her fuck you?
Yes. She's not going to peg me.
Okay, I was confused.
What the
like
fuck?
A strong woman fuck you? I'm like, I know.
No,
Absolutely not.
When have I ever come to you and been like, Carl, the shit I just took made me cum my eyes out? Like, obviously, it all in my ass.
I don't know, dude. Earlier, you told me you had a shit that was pointy. So.
Yeah, I know, and I had to get it out. I wasn't like, I'm trying to hold it in because I love it so much. I was like, get this thing out of me. It was like a fucking alien.
All right.
Yeah, I had a pointy dehydrated shit. You've never had a pointy one that's like at the end is jamming the inside of your asshole and you're like, I got to get this out?
When I was like away at summer camp and didn't drink much water and came home. And
I never drink enough water. That's like 90% of my, this is all water weight. You don't know that?
I thought water weight implied the water's in you.
No, the water weight is because you don't get enough water, so your body holds water like a camel's humps. I just have one big camel hump from my tits to my dick.
I don't think that's
it's so that
I don't think you just start forming like things like camels. You're like,
no, but
if I drink less water, I'm gonna store it like a camel.
No, but when you live with a Middle Eastern bitch for 12 years, your body knows you might need to make that trek across the desert. So listen, my son, someday you will have to bury this bitch in the desert. And for that, you will need 60 gallons of water to take you to journey. So you need 2, 3, 4 humpful of water.
Diamond in the rough. Bury that fucking camel in the sand.
You missed that my guy turned into Patrick Bet David halfway through. You're going to make the trip across desert.
This is Aladdin, Return of Jafar. Aladdin 1, 2, 3. This is it. This is what you're gonna see. What I want you to see, Robin Williams. What a guy! So funny, so hilarious. He's going to play the voice of the genie. That's number 1. Number 2, Iago. That guy is going to be played by Gilbert Godfrey.
Can we talk
Funny
about?
Guy.
By the way, can we talk about the fact that we came across the reality that Patrick Bet David and what's his name have the exact same voice?
Brando.
What is his name? I almost called him Guillermo del Toro. Yeah, Javier Bardem.
Javier Bardem. You see, he will almost speak like Transylvanian vampire, but also Hispanic.
Yeah. And then it's exactly the same as Patrick Bet David's voice.
Because his is more of a 1, 2, 3, and his is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months, 10, 9 months from now.
This is funny, Tubular Broncos. To do a 69, she'd need a brace to keep from suffocating. Yeah. Hey, listen, what bitches like to be choked these days. I say let's cut out the middleman.
This is how she would stop from suffocating. You assume that he would be on top of her.
Yeah, first of all, never going to be on top of anybody. Not.
She would definitely use gravity to her advantage. And if she could do like one of them.
Yeah.
Talking about?
Yeah.
You know, one of them. What I'm talking about?
The only way a woman.
So like, if she could bend like an arch where her pussy can be in your mouth. And then she's on your dick, but she's facing the other way. Also,
MMA ladies, yeah.
That's why you need like a hold me closer, tiny dancer ass bitches.
Midget?
No, not a midget. It's like a tiny dancer.
Oh, yeah,
like 5'3". Well,
okay.
You know?
Yeah. No, I'll type it into the search and see what I get.
What search?
Into the apps. I'll put it into the apps and I'll be like, give me one of these 5'3" that's bendy. A bendy 5'3".
5'5", even, like they,
Okay. A little teensy bendy.
yeah.
My other one,
I like them like
my
the
last one,
the real crazy ones are the 5'2", 5'1", fucking.
Bendy could be fun. My last one couldn't do microwaves, so this would be a real upgrade for me.
Couldn't do microwave.
Couldn't do microwave. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I'll tell you what, that's the thing is like when you're single and you're back on the market, you looking everywhere, right? You're window shopping. And I was in the Vegas airport today and I saw this like little Filipino, and she was like a little Filipino Florence Pugh, had like a real nice dumper on her, and then Filipino face. But here's the problem. Then what happens is, have you ever watched an Asian person eat in public? If you're Asian and you're watching this show, stop packing a lunch for everywhere. And whatever you do, stop packing your people food everywhere. Because I'm sitting in this airport and I was like, I think I could fuck this Asian girl. And then she opened up some sort of lunchbox and took out hard-boiled eggs that she made from home and just started eating hard-boiled loose eggs in the airport. And I said, oh my God.
Oh, then you said, oh.
No, I was
that's
like,
what kind of Asian she is.
Yeah. I was like, yo, the wet market just popped up here in the fucking airport. No, thank you.
About the shit that's like a tackle box?
Yeah. It's got some kind of shrimp.
It's like a fishing tackle box.
I think it's a kind of shrimp, but I don't know for sure. It's got more heads than it's supposed to have.
Sucking the head off of it and shit.
Yeah, dude. And it's like,
hot, right?
No, it's not hot. It's third world.
That's way hotter than
I said.
Bitch.
No, I said no. I'm about to get COVID again. Here it comes.
A bitch that's sucking the head off a crawfish or something. That's way sexier than a fucking swole bitch with a fucking clasp pussy.
Okay, I think your crawfish fantasy is more disgusting than my Popeye forearms fantasy. It's way worse. It's what you're listening. You're literally sitting there going, I want a woman who's like, Mr. Ka, you come have it.
No, listen. This is what I can't understand about you. I like feminine things, though.
I don't know what it's feminine about sucking crawfish heads.
That's because you ain't watching bitches suck your dick all the time.
Yeah, I don't like to look at it when it's happening. I don't like to watch.
There's a thing like chicks like licking ice cream cones, like all that stuff.
First of all, most of the chicks who lick ice cream cones are not of age. So
okay, first of all,
we live way too close to a school for you to be like, you like watch them lick those
chicks cones. They never stop liking ice cream.
Carl, by the way, the next time, because we're like by a football field and sometimes there's an ice cream truck in a cul-de-sac for a kid. Can we please get just a picture of you standing at the ice cream truck with all the kids around you? It'd be so funny.
It's not illegal to have a video camera out in videotaping just the public.
Oh God, this is so funny.
How are you doing, kids?
Here's the problem.
They don't stop liking ice cream.
You can't even do this for fun because you'll get into a fist fight with a 13-year-old kid.
Move it.
He'll call you a faggot. You have to beat him in front of his friends to make an example of him, and then we'll all get kicked out of the building.
LA kids don't say faggot.
I know they'd be way cooler if they did.
I can't wait till they start, because like Heil Hitler is like everybody's doing remixes of it. You've heard like the different versions of it? Like
no, I didn't.
Like doing AI and other like DJs have done remixes of it, but there's like an emo version of it. There's like a classical music version of it.
Oh, I did see the classical. Did you send that to me? The orchestra version of it?
No, it's just all gone viral.
Yeah.
And I just find that hilarious. Did you see? I know this is not on our thing, but did you see Rogan and Segura talk about that?
No, but I will. I will say this. I watched Segura's show, Bad Thoughts, And like, I always knew Tom had a pretty sick sense of humor, but I gotta say, man, like, god damn.
Well, why doesn't he get what Kanye's doing?
He doesn't get what Kanye's doing?
Yeah, dude, because on
Well,
Rogan, he said straight up, he goes, I mean, you can say whatever you want, but I mean, like, okay, what's the point? Or like, you're like, okay, you're gonna risk all that for what?
yeah, he doesn't know that he's retarded. Like, I don't even know if Joe knows. But yeah,
but he also doesn't understand the point that he put 3 no words together.
Mm-hmm.
And to like make a point. And like in the song literally says, like,
I became a Nazi, I became the villain. Yeah, I know
yeah,
it. I know the deeper meaning you're trying to ascribe to this, and I'm telling you it's not there.
Well, deeper what?
There is no deeper meaning to it. It's literally like somebody going like, wouldn't it be funny if I put all this shit together and pissed everybody off, and then trying, and then what you're seeing is, yeah, but that's where it ends for him. All this deeper meaning that people are ascribing to it, like Russell Brand being like, what he's actually doing, and he's disarming the words, and he's trying to make a philosophical point. He was disarming the words. He's not. None of that thought went into it. I hate to tell you, none of that thought went into it. It's literally like a giggly schoolgirl thing. Because if you try to make any actual deep, like, and by the way, of all people who could probably back me up on this, Owen Benjamin will tell you the same thing. Is that if you try to extrapolate inner deeper meaning into comedy with him, he doesn't grasp the concept. Like it's not. So all this deeper thing behind, like, oh, what he's really trying to do. No, he's just putting all the naughty words together because that's what a 13-year-old would do and be like, they're going to be real mad if I say this. So all that deeper shit is smarter people try. Well, here's the thing.
I think Nigga Heil Hitler is hilarious.
Yes, of course you do. Of course you do. But I'm saying all of this deeper philosophical shit that people trying to.
I was saying, like, with Tom having that, like, all his sick shit, and he thinks people getting hurt is funny. How do you not think that the fucking rapper guy?
Yeah, but I don't think. But I don't think
making that song is not hilarious.
But I don't think like the stuff that Tom did on his show is funny. Like, you know, I get that that's his sense of humor. It's not my sense of humor. Right. And so just like Tom's show is not my sense of humor. I love Tom's stand-up. I think he's hilarious, but that show is not my sense of humor, and I wouldn't go back and watch it again. So
I don't understand how, like, Tom can
but then he doesn't. No, it's exactly the same thing, but he doesn't get Kanye's humor.
Yeah, but it's one of those weird things that, like, he didn't necessarily say, I don't think he should be allowed to say it, but he basically was like, you shouldn't do that. You're like, why?
Yeah, but Tom kind of said the same thing when my shit happened in 2018 when Tripoli was on his show. And he was like, I get what Denny was trying to say, but, you know, you can't say that. I mean, these are people that are, at the end of the day, are cowardly and risk averse. You know?
I don't understand why you can't say that. Like, saying you can't say that is dumb to me, in the sense that it's up to the audience, and the only reason that any of this should happen is because the audiences have gotten offended, because they're afraid in this social media era that people will go and oust them for what they are and their beliefs and all that shit, and they just feel like they have to be their own PR brand at all times, and they all have to wear their beliefs on their sleeve. They've made companies come out with their political stances on certain issues, and like, we don't condone this type of, like, for what? I don't give a fuck how Target feels about anything.
Yeah. Well, no, I agree with you, and I agree with you.
So
and
that whole aspect of the mindset, that's what I mean when I say Tom doesn't get it. Because, like, dude, you're a comedian, bro. You don't get the ultimate. Even if you took it at face value for, like, he's just doing a 13-year-old.
But here's what you're missing. The reason he doesn't see the value in it is because he's not ever going to risk anything. Like Kanye, at least Kanye understands that the only way you move the Overton window over what is offensive and allowed, and I'm using quotes, offensive and allowed, is if you push the button of what is considered too offensive and not allowed.
Right. That's why there is some thought to it. Like, it's not just
no.
No,
I'm telling you, as a guy who's had about 6 hours of phone conversations with him, there isn't. Somebody else might say that to him, and he goes, "Yeah, that's what I'm doing," but it's not what he thought. This was not a premeditated thing. There's not some deeper philosophical fucking. It's not. I hate to tell you, that's not there.
I'm not saying it's philosophical.
That's my opinion.
But it's saying, like, it's definitely predetermined and thought out that, like, yo, we should. Then I might as well say these words then, if it's so, like, what's so bad about it?
Yeah, but the other thing we don't know is we don't even know if it was his idea.
You think it was like one of them fucking streamers he hangs out with?
It could have been Fuentes. It could have been Sneeko, who was like, "You should just do a song that's nigger Heil Hitler." And he was like, "Okay." Like, that's that's my point, is like,
nigga Heil Hitler.
This is the
king
thing
of A.
I think people underestimate how impressionable he is. How impressionable he is by anyone in his immediate vicinity at any time. And so, and he very much is like eager to please. So if he's hanging out with a group of people and they're making jokes in one direction, he's like, he wants to be part of the thing. And then that's how you get that song. It's, but yeah, I don't disagree with you that like doing that kind of art is important, because you have to smash. It's like, in case of emergency, break the glass. You have to break the glass so that everyone stops being such a pussy about being offended. But Tom, the reason you go, well, I don't understand how Tom doesn't understand that. Well, Tom understands that, but it doesn't matter to him, because he's never going to do any of those things that are over the offensive line that you think kills your money. Because there's two kinds of offensive. There's offensive in that's like icky and in poor taste or whatever for some people, which some would argue was like the cringe humor and bad thoughts. But then there's the money stopping over the line shit. Talking about Jews, talking about black people, being critical of gays, talking about the transes, all the things that people like Owen and myself and Kumia and Gavin are condemned and canceled for. Those are the things that guys like Tom or Joe or whatever them would never they're never going to cross those lines, because there's too much money at stake for them at this point. So they look at somebody like Kanye doing it and go like, I don't get it. I don't see the point, because all they're thinking about is what they stand to lose. They don't think about the fact that if all of us just started saying we're not playing by these rules anymore, then we don't have to play by the rules anymore. This is the same thing I say about people who are like, the Jews. Stop letting them influence your life. If we all just stop being influenced by Jews and tell them to go fuck themselves, then they stop having power. But these same guys that are like, the Jews run porn, they're trying to destroy society, are like, hold on, let me tab over. Shut the fuck up. Stop consuming these things that are run by the Jews if you don't like it, right?
Well, some people don't know what, like, who runs the things that they like or enjoy or were behind it in the first place. Like, that was a psyop, and they'd be like, damn, for real? Like, not everybody would respond to the information the same way, because some people would go, I don't care. And then some people go, for real? That's fucking nuts. So it's like, how would people process the information? The only way is like people talk about it and like notice it and say things about it. That's the only way, like, those, because I mean, as much as you'd be like, yeah, they shouldn't talk about it all the time.
No. But my point is it never goes beyond the noticing.
Yeah, well, I think my best example is the crack.
I went into their space again the other night, and it's just like, so when did you notice? I'll tell you when I noticed. What I noticed was, has anyone else noticed? Hey, so-and-so, tell us about when you noticed. Who else has noticed? Did you guys watch Europa? What do you guys think? Are you noticing? So now that we're all noticing, what do? Well, we have to make sure more people notice. Okay, well, let's try to go out and recruit more noticers. And then what? And then either build the tanks and put them in the camps, or shut the fuck up.
Is it just a MLM scheme?
Yes. It's just no. It's just like
Hold on. Anti-Semitism is just
social
multi-level
networking.
marketing.
It's yes, it is. There is no build one Auschwitz, and I'll leave you alone. I'll leave you alone. Build one concentration camp. Do something. If they're so evil, do something. Otherwise, shut the fuck up. Because you know what, the guy 100 years, he did something. He did something about it. And you guys worship him and you love him and you go, oh, wasn't he great? He put the chrome on the Benz. Okay, then make something. Do something. Otherwise, shut the fuck up about it. You're just whining. You're no different than the spooks. The white man, where? What's the white man done to you today? Nah, he everywhere. He everywhere. You can't see him, but he there and he's stopping me from living.
I mean, listen, that's my number one.
White people have made Jews their white people. It's annoying. It's useless and annoying. It's useless and annoying.
Oh, please. You don't know who you're talking to. My people were the white man's nigga when young people were still running around chasing zebras.
Okay, Hesh.
But that's what I always say. What do I
This
always
is
say?
funny. Original Ninja. What a Snorefest. Who watches this? You do.
Yeah.
You're watching it. Faggot.
And you watched it for so long that you typed it and waited for us to read that.
You're watching it. Faggot. Yeah, so it's enough about the Jew rant and the Kanye shit. It's so dumb.
I always say, though.
And the problem is,
you still gotta smoke the crack.
Yes. And
to say that, well, this is clear that the CIA put crack in the black neighborhoods. And you go like, yeah, they could put it in the Chinese neighborhood and nobody would touch it. It's just like, don't do that.
Yeah.
That is what the black people.
Yeah, they would never.
This is for the black people.
You know how I know? Do you know how I know? It's fine because opium is enormous in the Eastern world, in the Orient, if you will. And none of it looks like Kensington. There's no heroin neighborhoods in China of people just hanging around fucking like, where are you to go? And there's none of that. They shoot them in the fucking head and throw them in a forest for Logan Paul to find.
I think that's a different place.
I don't think any of it. I think I'm dead on about all of this. Is it a different place or is it the same place? Oh, Baltimore and Chicago are two different cities. Are they? Are they though? Are they?
And they may be. You know that we got a new pope, right?
Yeah. This is I would have thought you would have went to the Derek Chauvin thing and waited on the pope, but yeah, sure, shoehorn in your pope, Catholic.
Well, I'm just saying.
Oh, because he's from Chicago. I guess it sort of tracks.
I told you the meme that I seen that was hilarious was the Chicago has produced a pope before a 4,000-yard passer.
Yeah, that's funny. Funny and accurate.
That's insane, though. That is insane. But a new pope. Can we cue Star Wars music?
No, we don't have it in the budget. We don't have clearance for Star Wars.
I just thought it was kind of cool. This dude is all about Latin mass. He speaks like beautiful, fluent Italian and Latin. And there was a bunch of people who don't like. If you're not Catholic, if you don't like, you shouldn't just be like, can you believe they're fucking electing this guy for pope? I'm sorry, are you Jewish or are you like, who cares? You're not Catholic, right? So they made a big deal that this, like, his old, like, he would have like papers and stuff and just like his thoughts on stuff. He was a cardinal, and it was about like the traditional nuclear family, and he was upset at like how the Western media portrays like the homosexual lifestyle and stuff.
Yeah.
And so like all of major media was on about the new pope, and it was just like, I'm pretty sure this guy's a homophobe and stuff. And so that's when they bring out the fucking, these are the kid fuckers anyways. Of course they're homophobes and stuff. And he was like, I
Yeah,
don't know, dude. I think he's one of the other priests, bro.
yeah,
I think he
that
wants to
doesn't.
kill. I think he'd be killing those priests.
Yeah, listen. I'll tell you what. You want to get me on board with Catholicism because I'm pretty entrenched in Protestantism. If the new pope came out and just guillotined a bunch of pedophiles to celebrate his inauguration or whatever, I'm in.
He's just like, and the Padre, Fili, and they're all just lined up.
Oh, I'm in.
It's like
I'm
it's
all
like
the way
9 priests that like from different different
Yes.
archdioceses and stuff, and they're just like, this one is from Boston, this guy's from Italy, this dude over here is and he just runs it like the Chicago mob.
You want to talk about Catholicism WoW campaign? That's going to get everybody back in. This guy's executing the pedophiles. And
talk about a regime change, huh?
Yeah, that's what you got to do. You got to come.
That's how you flip the PR.
That's how you get them back. That's how you get them back. That's the one thing Protestants have over you guys. You go, listen, we used to cut the heads off of the pedophiles. You guys just shuffle the deck.
Yeah,
it's not a good look.
It's not a good look. And this guy's come here. He's like, hey, in Chicago, we used to burn these guys. It's just like, oh shit.
He doesn't even have to guillotine one, or he doesn't have to guillotine a dozen of them. If he just blew one of them up on live TV, just like a dynamite,
just put it on YouTube.
Just blow one guy apart. Be like, we catch him a fucking into children, and then you just, I'd be like, God damn, dude. I'd have the fucking hat on the next day, dude. I'd be like, I am a man of the cloth.
I just find it hilarious that this obsession that they have with him. I was like, dude, I don't think this guy is the guy y'all think he is. And why else was he getting hate is because they pulled up like his voting record, and like while he was a voting citizen in Chicago, it was like all Republican primaries and races that he voted in and was red.
Be great.
Obviously, they hate him, right? Like, it just astounds me that like once they find out somebody like leans politically to the right, all of a sudden he's just like, I never liked him anyways. He's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
It's like that whole Louis thing. Like when Louis got in trouble, they're just like, I never found him funny anyways. So like the guy who got $60 million per special from fucking Netflix, that guy.
Yeah,
the reason you're all wearing black t-shirts on stage, you fucking liars.
The guy that you guys couldn't bukkake with enough Emmys for his fucking show on FX. You know, like they couldn't give him enough awards. They're like, look, he's a brilliant artist. You know, he's the next. They were like, he's the next Woody Allen. Well, you guys are right about that one. Just maybe not in the way you had hoped.
Yeah.
And by the way, real controversial take. I think he's about as guilty of a crime as Woody Allen, which is not at all.
Woody Allen's crime is creepiness, right?
Yes. Yeah. You'll never beat an accusation with that face and body. Like if they accuse me,
the voice.
Yeah, if I ever get accused of eating a kid, I ain't beating that charge.
Eating a kid?
Yeah, they'd be like, he ate a whole baby, and people be like, I believe it. Look at him.
I'll make you a deal.
I'll make you a deal, Dr. Evil.
You can keep your money and your mojo, and I get to eat your
baby.
Honestly, dude, I can see you eating a whole baby.
Yeah, well, if it's seasoned properly, you know.
And you're just going, what? It's not abortion. And then you're just like, it was already dead when I was gifted it.
What is that voice you're giving me?
I don't know, some baby pot pie eater or some shit.
Baby pot pie? See, I think it's interesting that you think it would be baked into a pot pie. How Danish of you. I like to think of it. What are you, Pennsylvania Dutch? I like to think of that baby as something.
Think about how you would eat it.
I would eat it like omakase. I would go raw.
What?
Yeah, like a sushi. I would think it would be like a sushi setup. Yeah, where you go, you're catching it right out of the ocean.
Dude, no way. First of all, it's too soft. You have to like grind it up and then put it in casing and serve it like a sausage.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. I'm fucking crazy. Yeah.
I'm just saying it's too soft for the fillet knife.
Oh, okay. So you got to grind that up.
Yeah.
Do you debone? Now, do you debone? You know what?
There's no bones. It's a baby.
If we're being
It's
honest,
like barely any bone.
yeah, but you know what? If we're being honest, the crock pot is probably the best maneuver.
Yeah, fall off the bone.
Yeah, I think you go crock pot. I think that's.
Oh, it's so bad.
If you gotta go, if it's gun to the head, and you gotta cook like, what if it's chopped and there's a trophy on the line? You go crock pot.
Or what's his name standing there yelling at you?
Or you do a sous vide. I don't know.
What's his name? Is Hell's Kitchen just yelling at
Gordon Ramsay.
Just you.
Did you
hurry up with the fucking baby?
You hold on. You thought you could cook a whole baby in 30 minutes. You're lucky you don't go home today.
Are you retarded? Are you retarded? Cook the whole baby. Cook the whole fucking baby. I don't have time for this. We don't have time for this.
This is ridiculous. So,
who cooked this baby like a lobster? Yeah, chef. That was me, chef.
Well, this meal's quite an abortion, isn't it? He just brings it full circle.
This is fucking disgusting. You fucking cunt. Homies over there
they say it's a child and not a choice, but I'm going to tell you, I'm going to make a choice not to eat this fucking disgusting filth.
Who made this? Oh, that'd be me, brother. Yeah, that right there, that's some slow roasted. That's baby back right there.
It would be
the fuck out of that shit though, right?
It would be some Haitian Creole voodoo backwoods fucking.
We cook these for all day long.
Yeah.
You cannot have it.
You cannot listen. I would have never picked a baby as one of my ingredients. Everybody know it takes all day.
Well, they're used to eating the what is it? The dogs. So
they're eating the dogs and the cats.
Yeah, we're not.
Listen,
we're not in favor of the baby.
No. I'm just saying, there's a very high likelihood that that was what was coming out of that lunch pail from that Chinese woman today after the hard-boiled eggs.
Right. I mean, I actually saw that on a Chinese restaurant one time, like those authentic ones in Chinatown.
Where they with the babu with the what is that baboot or whatever the fucking
the guy who greets you.
No, what's that? What is it? Balut? What is that stuff? It's like a live bird and an egg that you eat.
No, this wasn't it. But this was egg. It was called eggs and baby on the menu. So,
yeah, balut. Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. I'm telling you. This is why I couldn't be a soldier, because if I was over there in Vietnam and I saw one of them things,
you'd be the comedian from Watchmen. You'd be the comedian from Watchmen with a flamethrower.
I saw fucking war crimes, dog. I don't know. Some dude was eating the whole bird. I had to fucking take out the whole village. Sarge, I'm sorry. I know we're not supposed to go over here just genocide people, but that was disgusting. Can we all agree that was disgusting?
You're just killing them all. You're like, where you at, Dr. Manhattan? You supposed to stop me. You look like you were having fun.
The comedian, that's a good.
You could have turned the fucking dust to sand, the gun to dust, anything.
Yeah.
I just shot five of these bitches in the face.
Yeah. No, is it weird that I watched that movie and I was like, I get this guy. I get this dude's. I get it.
You'd be there with the fucking flamethrower, like the.
I would have. Yeah, I would definitely have been Jeffrey Dean Morgan in that movie. Everybody thinks they're like the altruistic Rorschach. I would be the guy like.
So Watchmen is a DC property. You see what's back?
Yes, we were talking about bringing back HBO. Legacy brand.
Now, did we do this?
As predicted on the show, we predicted this about a year ago.
Did we do this?
I think we did on the last show. I don't know.
I think we just ridiculed.
Maybe some of the 444 people watching that aren't watching could tell us if we talked about this on the last episode.
I know that we had said that Zaslav was going to kill that thing and just kill the entire brand of HBO. And then they decided to fucking totally redeem themselves. Yeah, so HBO went to HBO Now, then HBO Go, then HBO Max, then to Max, then
Sorry, I swiped.
now it's back to HBO Max.
Yeah, it's HBO now.
You know, they didn't have it was because HBO brand of shows is still killing, right?
Yes.
Gemstones, White Lotus.
And what we
all
always
that
said
shit.
was like, there's a prestige to being an HBO series that, you know, Max is just not, it's not getting it done.
Yeah, because you're a Max original. I go, I bet this is gonna suck ass. Right?
Right.
But you're like HBO presents, and you're like, I might check it out. It has a different sort of feel to it. Like you'll watch an A24 movie just because it says A24, right?
No, I'll watch A24 movies so I can see art house titties.
Art house titties. Who's number one art house titties?
I don't know who's number one, but like art house titties are like titties that you wouldn't see in like a mainstream movie, like a Daisy Ridley titties or something.
Does Daisy Ridley have a titty movie?
I'm sure there's got to be. If she does, it's in A24. I promise you that.
You look like one of them motherfuckers that run one of them sites.
Well, what, like a Mr. What's it, Mr. Joe Schmo? I don't know what they are. Mr. Skin.
Mr. Skin. From
I look like one. First of all, we don't look that different. So for you to be like, you look like one of those fucking.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, they are Junos. Called nose look like
I just want to talk about the Jews all day.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you could pass for one of them.
Yeah,
if somebody said, "Hey, you know, you look like the guy who started Mr. Skin," would you be like, "How could they say that about me?" Or you'd be like, "I get it."
Yeah, no, I mean,
you're closer to the "I get it" side.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like when I watched that episode of Catch a Predator and the guy brought the whole pizza and Chris Hansen came out and he just started eating the pizza, I was like, I relate to this part of it.
So, did that guy go to jail?
Yeah. Yeah, he went to jail. Yeah, he was like, are there cops outside? He's like literally eating the pizza. He's like, there's cops outside, aren't there? And they're like, yeah, dude. You're doing 30. And he's like, all right. Do you want a slice? Who are you? Are you her dad? He's like, I'm Chris Hansen. This is a show where we take faggots like you and we beat the shit out of them in the street and then we put you in prison. Okay. Is this some kind of bit? What's going on here? You want some of this pizza? It was one of the most legendary non-reactions ever.
Dude, I don't know if that guy really went to jail.
And he was like,
the thing could have easily been like, I was there for pizza.
Yeah, he was like,
to make a friend.
He goes, they go, you're here to have sex with a 13-year-old girl. And he goes, I mean, maybe I got to see if I like her first. Like he was trying to make the most rational arguments ever. He's like, this chick might be suck. Like, you know, I'm not going to, if she's not cool, I'm not going to fuck her, obviously. Cause you know, she could call in the cavalry, like what this seems to be right now. Like, you know, it seems like she's a teller. So, you know, I'm starting to have reservations about fucking this chick.
Or the fact that
seems like she can't keep her fucking mouth shut.
The fact that he was like wanting to date one is even creepier. Right? Because the other ones are just like, I'm just here to get the rocks off. This guy's like, I don't know, and we need to form a bond. And if the chemistry isn't right, anyway. Dude, also, they're yelling at that fucking 25-year-old hybrid kid, adult, right? I'll be right down.
Yeah. Yeah, which by the way is like that. Yeah, this guy. Remember this guy? Like, you want some pizza? Also, not a good look for flannel shirts. This is making me rethink my whole wardrobe. You just go, you can pass as one of these guys, and I go, I got 10 shirts just like this one in my closet.
That guy's in jail, huh?
I hope so. Yeah, this was funny. This is Crime Watch. Like, the funny thing is most of them look like this guy where their heads down. They know immediately that their life is over. This guy's like, I think I can talk my way out of this.
You think he's like, well, Gary, we got ourselves into this mess. We can get ourselves out.
He definitely would think that. Speaking of getting out of a mess, Derek Chauvin might get a pardon. What do you think about that? What do you and your black friends think about that, Carl?
They'll riot.
You and all your chocolate black friends. What do you guys think about that?
They would riot. The first thing they do is police everybody's Facebook posts and see which white people are okay with it.
Yeah.
And then they would start making their
hit lists.
They would make their list.
This is a list of people that it's on site. It's on site. It's on site.
You get it.
Yeah.
These following peoples is racist. Josh Denny's.
Yeah, they would pluralize my name.
I was at a motherfucking mic one time, and that piece of shit was up there talking about shit about black people. You don't get to talk about black people, white boy.
Yeah, Burris, good point. He goes, more fiery, but mostly peaceful protests. Yeah, that's what we've got coming.
Yeah.
That is what is on its way.
What's the thing that Minnesota did? Can we look this up? I think they put in a law that like it was okay to protest. Like basically it was like a looter law. It was just like, because remember Trump was like, when they loot, we shoot. They made some like protect the looters fucking law or something. It's just like, yeah, no, you can burn it down during an emergency or during a protest. It's okay to like burn everything. Was it California what came out with it?
Well,
the only thing that happens
the only thing I'm seeing is this thing that says reasonable force in self-defense. It says the use of deadly force to protect property is generally not allowed. So basically it's like almost like a reverse castle doctrine where it's like you can stand your ground in your home, but not anywhere else to defend your property.
Yeah, well, that's basically what's wild is, I don't know if you saw the thing in California, State Farm is about to raise all rates by
17%. Yeah, I saw that.
And they're going to try, they're already trying to tell us and gaslight us. And they're like, see what tariffs do to the cars? And like, then what about the houses that don't move, that are already here?
Yeah.
They're increasing.
Yeah, I love that they're trying to say it's tariffs are the reason insurance is going up again after it went up 3 times in 3 years.
Yeah, so basically, let me get this straight. You can burn shit down and not be able to protect that property because they go, it's just property, right? And then they're not even allowed to wait a minute. You can burn shit down and then not even have insurance pay out because the insurance will just leave the state?
Yes.
So
let me get this straight, Josh. January fires, my friend.
Hold on, Josh. Then that means if they pardoned Chauvin and these national, essentially race riots were to occur, and they would burn down all these things, insurance would then not even have to pay anything back at all, and they could actually just leave the state.
Yeah, the burden of repairing that damage would fall on the taxpayer.
That is interesting. So, how do you stop a group of race rioting people?
One gorilla.
This is why the scenario happened.
This is where it came from.
Somebody goes to the zoo and just goes, all right, monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. I love all the hypotheticals around the 100 versus 1, and some people took the N-word in that literally, and they were like, all right, if it was 100 black dudes, here's the black dudes we would pick. And I was like, yeah, but gorillas are smart. Like he'd see more than 10 black dudes, and he'd go, listen, if I just dress as a white woman, they'll kill each other on their way to me. So Solved.
The old
Amy,
reverse King
Amy,
Kong.
pretty, Amy, pretty,
Bitch, the old reverse King
pretty,
Kong.
Amy. Yeah, exactly. Damn you!
Oh, dude, I just saw something hilarious in the chat.
What's that?
It's
Well, I'll pull it up. Tell me which one you want me to pull
Jacoby.
up. What? Oh, the one at the bottom?
Yeah,
This one?
that's hilarious.
You probably have a chance with Amanda Bynes now. You should reach out. Yeah, no, she stopped doing it for me about 20 years ago.
She looks like Marilyn Manson.
It's awful.
I literally gagged when I saw her.
Yeah,
like,
when she
where
came
are
out
they
from
now?
hiding,
Picture and
she
shit.
has that heart tattoo on her. It's awful.
She
Yeah,
has tattooed eyebrows. Like her
yeah, it's all.
eyebrows are like
It's
tattoos or
terrible.
something.
It's terrible.
She looks like Marilyn Manson. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, it's funny. He's like, yeah. When, by the way, like Saved era Amanda Bynes, 2004. I'm in.
What's
Now
Saved?
Saved was a movie about like a religious summer camp or something, but that she was in, and she played like the mean girl in it. Jenna Malone was in it, and I think Mandy Moore was like the thing. I might be conflating two movies, or maybe I'm.
Mandy Moore is.
Amanda Bynes Saved?
No.
Was she in this?
She was in. She's the Man, though, right?
Yeah, no, but she was in some like religious. Was it Easy A? Oh yeah, no, she was in Easy A. Okay, I'm confused. I'm conflating those two movies. Yeah, I'm conflating those two movies. Yeah, no, literally, if I bumped into Amanda Bynes on the street and she was like, "I'll suck your dick for $1 million. I'll pay you $1 million to suck your dick," I'd be like, "I'm good, I'm set." There's some things like you get to a point where certain things that you like wanted to do when you were younger that you're just like, I'm not that into it now. Like
Rachel Ray.
Like if Bam Margera was going to teach me how to skateboard now, I'd be like, I'm good. I don't need to skateboard.
Yeah.
But like in 2002, I would be like, dude, that'd be the coolest thing ever if I have like Bam teach me skateboarding. Now I'd be like, nah, man, you put the bottle down, dog. Like, so yeah, there's a lot of shit.
We're talking about things that are gross now.
Yeah, you can't. I put my I put my phone on shuffle and it played a Lost Prophets song earlier, and I was like, oh, I got to get this off my thing.
So like the Amanda Bynes thing, right? And you're like, wow, she looks terrible. Rachel Ray, dude.
Oh my God, yeah, you showed me this, and I don't know. Is this vaccine related? Is this a vaccine injury?
I don't know what it is, but she looks like a different person.
It's bad.
She looks like a short, chubby grandma. But she
looks like an Alex Borstein character on Mad TV.
Yeah, she kind of looks like the character she played on Maisel.
Yeah. Yeah, the lesbian fucking... Yeah, I'm pulling it. Come on, why is this freezing all gay? Like, tell me that doesn't look like an Alex Borstein character.
Dude, she's not even doing anything with her face. It just does that now. She didn't have a stroke or nothing, but...
Dude, 30 years ago, I would have broke it off in her. But, same thing with Amanda Bynes. Maybe not 30. Should probably do the math on that. But, like 20 years ago, I would have busted it. Yeah, now not at all.
I just like, she aged like milk.
Well, they say that about the whites. They say that's what they do. Yeah, see, here she is all young and then not that. Yeah, there you go. See, you would have fucked that Rachel Ray right there.
That's when I knew her. That's like how she was stored in my brain. And then when I see her again, I was like, this is...
Yeah. Even this one you'd bang out. You'd bang this one out right here.
For sure.
I wouldn't bang this one. She's talking to blacks like they're people. But
now she looks like Kathy Bates.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, and like even this is okay. And then you get down here and it starts to go south. And this is her now right here.
That's her. Right there. You see her?
That's her. And then I guess this is what happened.
What, she turned into Gaza? What is that? Ah.
Oh my God. Oh God, this is terrible. Okay, this is a fun game. Gun to the head. Who would you have to, if you had to fuck one of them now, would it be now Rachel Ray or now Amanda Bynes?
Rachel Ray.
Oh, okay. Wow, really?
She'll fix you a sandwich after.
Okay, that's a fair one. The other one would probably stab you.
After you fuck Marilyn Manson, what happens?
I think they give you a part on Westworld, and you have a kid with Billy Elliot.
Ew.
It's a pretty specific reference. Okay, well, I think we've run out of steam on this show. Listen, I flew in. I got on a plane fucking 18 hours ago. And the funny thing is you were like, we can't eat Mexican when I pick you up today because we're going to be too tired for a show. And I have more steam than you do.
I don't think I'm running on fumes, but I am. I don't want to say I'm as tired as you because I didn't fly anywhere. But I didn't get home till like 5 in the morning, and I had a long day yesterday. And I know it's just like it's there, but it's like I took a shit like right before the show too. I thought I was like, I should have good energy, but maybe I shit out too much.
You hold on. You think you shit out too much?
I don't know, dude. I was shitting for me. It could have been the Mexican food. I had like double Mexican food because I had a burrito last night, and then the first thing I ate today was,
Yeah, yeah. We when you picked me up at the airport, I was like, let's go sit down and get some food somewhere. And at first, I was like, I'm kind of craving some soup, and then we somehow ended up having Mexican dinner.
We did have soup though.
Yeah, there was part of it. We started with soup. We started with
because they give you soup.
The soup is part of it.
You got to get the soup.
So we had soup.
You know why you don't get the salad?
Yeah, because of Dustin May. That's why you don't get the salad.
We found that out.
Yeah, a piece of salad almost ended his life. That's why I stay away from it.
That's why you don't do activities.
This is why I don't do activities, and this is why you always leave a note, and this is why you always order the soup.
Get the soup. The guy got the soup. He'd still have a fucking trachea and be on the fucking, what was he, Boston Red Sox?
No, Dodgers. He's a Dodgers pitcher. All right. Well, before we get out of here, guys, go to patreon.com/The Big Uglies Podcast. Support the show over there. We love if you do that. And we don't really like it so much if you don't. So do that. If you want to check out some merch, you can go to biguglyshop.com. You can also get tickets over there now for shows. Show about ends. I can't use this thing because that link is not good anymore. But if you want tickets to the upcoming dates of the America Strikes Back tour, knobhillproductions.com, you can get tickets over there. Or you can go to partyevents.com, PARTEA events.com. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in.